All right. Request the host to please allow all the participants. All right, so it's 3 p.m. and we are about to start our today's webinar. A genuine and heartfelt welcome to all the participants assembled here with us today. Your presence is truly appreciated. Holistic health is an approach to well-being that considers the interconnectedness of the mind, body, and spirit. It emphasizes the importance of and addressing all aspects of an individual's life to achieve optimal health and wellness. HR Association of India welcomes you all to the 2024 Dialogue Masterclass series on the topic Holistic Health for All. To know more about HR and its events, I would request all our participants to visit the link and details posted in the chat window. Request all the participants to kindly follow the webinar guidelines mentioned in the chat window. It would be great to have all the participants' feedback. We will be running a poll before the Q&A session, so request all the participants to kindly give your feedback on the session. I now take the privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Dr. Vachini Bhatt, Unit Head, Department of Public Relations and Communications at Marengo Sims Hospital. Dr. Vachini Bhatt is an accomplished healthcare professional with a strong background in homeopathy, nutrition, and healthcare management. She also has a deep connection to the world of media and mass communication, with numerous TV appearances, published health articles, and radio shows, spreading health awareness and knowledge to a wider audience. You can follow her on LinkedIn. The link for the same has been shared in the chat window. Now, without wasting much time, I now hand over the platform to Dr. Vachini. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, first of all, for introducing me so nicely, and welcome from my side too. So, myself, Dr. Vachini Bhatt. I am MD Homeopath Consultant. I am MD Gold Medalist in Homeopathy. And apart from that, I'm a holistic healer. So, before we begin with the topic, we understand the each and every terminology which is present in the topic. And after that, I'm working at the Marengo Sims Hospital, being a head of public relation and communication. I'm a clinical nutritionist. So I teach medical and paramedical students, doctors regarding the clinical nutrition, the diet, how it is helpful to maintain your health. Apart from that, I was a professor in forensic medicine and toxicology for more than 15 years at Ahmedabad Homeopathy Medical College. And I'm a classical homeopath. I talk about health, being a doctor, of course. But I have added the term, which is the holistic health. And that is very, very important. Now, why we have chosen this topic, holistic health, that is very important to understand for all of us. Holistic. Holistic term means we should consider a person either to self or other our patients, relative, friends, each and everyone, to consider as a whole. And that is how the term comes, holistic approach. As for example, why this holistic word is so important to understand for all of us. I'm giving you a small example. If someone is suffering from migraine, as we all know regarding or know about the migraine, so I have chosen the common complaint. Someone has a migraine means one-sided headache since so long with nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain and everything. So being a layman, we understand the migraine means it is a one-sided headache. That's it for us. We take the medicine and then we feel ameliorated, cured. And that is how we feel that we are now free from the migraine. We never try to understand why this migraine happened to that person. And there are multiple responsible factors are present that why this person is suffering from migraine. The two person suffering from migraine or any other similar complaint, the reason must be different. So that is how we should understand the causative factor which can create this trouble in our body to our health. And that's why we need to understand the health in a deeper way. And that means we need to consider that particular person as a whole. And that is how the holistic word has been come. Now, the second word which we have used in our topic is a health. Now, when we talk about the health, previously, before few years, before few decades, we all believe or stress upon the physical health only. And we all are so aware that how to maintain the physical health. We will also discuss this topic later on. But then, since few last years, we understand the importance of the mental health. And that is very, very important. Being a doctor, I strongly believe that the 99% of diseases which we are facing, which we are seeing in the society, that is only because of the derangement of the mental. And then it reflects on the physical plane. And we can see only physical complaint. But the reason, the cause, most of the time lies on the mental plane. And that is how the disease comes nowadays. Most of us have heard that nowadays diseases are incurable, so progressive, very difficult to treat. Cancer is increasing, even though person is so fit physically. We are seeing that the multiple young people who died because of the heart attack. And we have also seen that those group of the people are very fit. They go to the gym regularly. They are having a healthy diet. And then also they died at the young age with the sudden cardiac arrest. And these are the clear examples that now we should understand, we should focus more on the mental health. So whenever we just try to understand or whenever we just try to convey the message that what is health, these are the two major aspects, the mental health and physical health. Two more aspect of the health, and that is also very important to understand. Number three is a social health. When we are physically and mentally at the peace, at the well-being, in the health, we can maintain a social health very well. So third aspect is a social. And fourth one is a spiritual health. As we all have a different understanding regarding the spiritual health. According to me, what I believe, what is the spiritual health means when you connect with yourself very beautifully. And once you learn that how to balance your spiritual health, automatically your social health, your mental health, your physical health will be at balance. And that is what my fundament. I will try to explain a brief regarding each and every health and how it is so important to keep you happy internally from within. We are meeting so many people in our daily life, in our routine. They are smiling, they are talking, they are doing their work. But you just observe them. How many of them are internally at peace, internally with real happiness, not for just that photographic smile or happiness. And that is what we are missing nowadays. Within us, as well as when we meet others, we feel that everyone is suffering from stress, more or less. Everyone has that hidden pain. And that's why, just trust me, we all are facing incurable disease, or if I can use a beautiful term for that, we medical people always believe that the most of the diseases now comes under the lifestyle disorder. Means when there is some loopholes or lacking point in your lifestyle, you may shift to the incurable idiopathic diseases. Idiopathic diseases means the diseases which we can see in a progressive manner, but we cannot find out the exact cause behind that pathology or that disease. And those diseases called as idiopathic diseases. Those are very difficult to treat. You can meet or you can see the cancer is increasing like anything, even though there is a lots of advancement in the medical field, even though people are become much aware regarding the health. We all are. I mean, we know that what is the right diet, what is the right food for us. We all know that the importance of the exercise. We all know that the how the sound sleep is helpful to us. We know everything. We are living the correct lifestyle. Then why this cancer is increasing? The lots many reason behind it. And that's why we all should try to maintain our health at the utmost level. And this process will definitely begin with the self. Once you are living a correct lifestyle, you can advise others. You can tell others that you should do this change to live a healthier life. Then what are the changes which we all required to live a healthy life? If being a medical person, I am using much terminology that is related to medical field, just stop me and just ask me the real meaning. I will try to explain my things in a very simple terminology. Then also you can just stop me and ask the queries if whatever you require. So let's begin with the health. Let's understand the health. And as I always say, for me, the spiritual and mental health are very important. So let's choose the favorite topic among the all four aspects of the health, and that is the mental. This is not the interactive session. Otherwise, I will ask you how you maintain your mental health. What are the ways you are adopting to just balance or to just maintain that mental? See, one thing I want to let you know that when we are facing a stress nowadays, we don't share. We don't share one to one. And that is what I observe. When I was a professor in a homeopathy medical college, I used to meet lots many students. I asked them, why are you looking so stressed? ना ना कुछ नहीं मैम ऐसे ही मतलब ये stress है वो stress है. Then I always used to ask them that have you shared that stress to anyone else, your friend, your parents, your family members? Then they were like, no ma'am, किसी को बताने से क्या फायदा? It's okay. वो तो चलता रहेगा. Stress is there. I understand that we can't remove the stress from anyone's life. Even we can't remove the stress from our life too. And that is the fact. मैं अपने पेशेंट को कल जाके ऐसा बोलूं कि कल से स्ट्रेस में मत रहना, वो स्ट्रेस की वजह से तेरे को अल्सर्स हो रहे हैं स्टमक में. So that is completely wrong if I am giving this advice, because we all have stress. Someone has stress regarding the professional lives, other one has a stress regarding the personal life, and we can't completely avoid the stress from our life. So now what we can do? We can just learn, we can just train ourselves to cope up with that stress. And that is how we become a better and better person. Now, how to cope up with the stress? There are multiple ways by which you can learn to cope up the stress of your life. This session is completely not dealing with the medical terminology or just a disease aspect or being a doctor I am advising. But I mean, this session is completely for me to become so real, to share with you as a friend if some of the ways are helpful to you, and that is how you will just get a better way to keep yourself healthy. And that is how I believe that what should I speak in this session. So for maintaining the mental health, there are many ways. I mean, the first way, we all know that we should go for the pranayam or meditation, and that is the most beautiful way, and that is how you can just maintain a balance to your mental health. That is how you can just try to just reduce the stress of your life, even though you can't avoid it completely. What I do, because I have practiced meditation, and for me, I think it is very difficult to just get to that moment where I just completely detach from the external world and I just begin with the introspection. Now, what is meditation? Meditation means we have to detach from the external world, and we should just concentrate or focus into the inner world, the introspection. And that is how you get that balance of your vital force. What I do, I just try to find out if something is bothering me, either from my professional life, either in my personal life. If something is bothering, I just try to find out that what is that causative factor which bothering me since few days, since few weeks. I just try to find out the solution, that how I can cope up with that stress. What are the ways? I just share my thing to my dear and near ones, that most of the people are missing this. And if I'm talking regarding our youth, our children, our young people, they don't share. And that's why in India, the suicidal cases in the young people are increasing. And that is so painful because they don't share. They feel that there is a generation gap between them and their parents. So here the mistakes are from both the side, I completely believe. If my son is not sharing his pain, his stress to me, then there must be some mistake from my side too. Then how we can just bridge this gap? What I believe that both the generation should come forward 50-50. And then there is a bridge, there is an open platform where you both can share to each other. You both can know each other that what is troubling, what is the real factor, causative stress factor, which can gives you a pain. And then you can just search for the solution. If you are unaware regarding the stress of your near and dear one, or either regarding yourself, then how can you reach to the solution? So first important thing is you need to accept that yes, I am in the stress. Yes, I am in the pain. Yes, I am in the depression. Yes, I am in very with the low mood. You need to find out. You need to first accept, then you need to find out the reason, and third, you need to just share whomever you can trust. That person must be your, maybe your friend, maybe your parents, maybe your relative, maybe your partner, anyone. But just try to share, because we all know that the sharing is caring. One simple example: every family has a family physician, right? And we trust our family physician the most. Whatever complaint, if we or our family suffering from, we just first contact to our family physician, right? We just want to take advice from him or her. We just share everything regarding our complaint to our family physician or that one particular doctor, right? And as soon as you enter to his cabin, you share your disease, your complaint, your pain. Before he or she prescribe the medicine, you feel better that at least I have shared my thing. Now that person will take care. And that is the power of share. Once you share, once you channelize that stress, you feel relaxed. And I know that that is not the complete solution, but at least you have channelized that stress. Now, what is the contradictory to this way? If you don't share anything, the stress build up to that stage that you can't cope up with, and it has become intolerable for you. And then you suddenly one day decide to end your life, to decide to do, which is very cruel, which is very painful, and you just a trigger and you just perform that thing. And that is the worst thing you can ever do. So that is how you need to channelize your thing, you need to share your thing, and that is how you need to reach to the solution of your problem, of your stress. And what is the last thing, I mean, you can do for yourself, for your family? You just try to find out that what are the things keep you happy. And we have those things, but sometimes we forget because We become so responsible, we become so occupied, we focus on just the goals we have set before few years or before few months, and we have to achieve that by any means. And in this stressful pathway, we forget that which are the things which keep me happy, and we should start to think on that. And that is the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself. Whatever you like, just try to engage yourself at least 10 minutes a day, and then see that how these 10 minutes are so helpful to you to just find the solution of your stress, of your pain, of anything which is troubling you. And everyone has that happy moment, that hobby, that happy thing which can keeps you smile, or which can guide you to the real happiness. And just do that. I mean, who cares when you just try to make yourself happy? Let me just clarify the one thing. People believe that if you keep yourself happy, that is the selfishness. Just trust me. For one thing, when you are happy, you can keep the world happy. When you are frustrated, when you are in pain, when you are angry, you can't spread the happiness, and then people don't like to talk with you. People don't like to come close to you because they feel the negativity and frustration from within you are suffering from. So keep yourself happy is also beneficial for others too. And that's why when you want to spread happiness, when you want to spread positivity, you need to first keep yourself happy from within. Not just for that smile to show to world that I am happy, but you have to make yourself happy. So first of all, just try to find out the two things after this session, that just for a 1 minute, because there is so much noise in the background. Let me just give you seconds. Okay, so I'm back again. So two things you need to find out after this session. The first is you need to find out that what is that stress factor which is troubling you. Just find out that and just accept. Yes, I'm suffering because of this stress, because of this pain. And yes, I'm suffering. That's okay. And the another thing you need to find out that what are those things which keep me. Just let me go. Just let me do those things, and that happiness will helpful to me to just maintain my mental health. Right? So these are the two things, just few minutes. Because I'm at my office place, so I need to just okay. So these are the ways which can helpful to you to maintain your mental health. And I hope it will be so helpful to you. I still have a time, so let me continue with the other aspect of that. And then we will have an interactive session. You can ask anything to me regarding the health, regarding that, anything. So let's come to the second aspect, and that is the physical health, and that is the most clarify aspect for all of us, because we all are so aware regarding the physical health, but somehow we cannot maintain our physical health in a constant way because we all are so busy. Then just try to make or try to maintain our physical health in a most practical ways, and that is how it can be helpful to what I believe. Let me give you some funny examples what my patients come to me and just give me excuses that is why I cannot maintain my exercise schedule. That is how, or that is why I cannot maintain the healthy diet. I mean, my patients have lots of excuses, but I don't listen to them. I always suggest them the practical ways. So that is how I just try to helpful to create that habit. I mean, we all know that if we want to add something in our life on a constant base, we need to include it as our routine, as our part of a daily daily routine, right? So physical health, to maintain this, we have three ways to maintain the physical health, and we should follow all the three ways. The first is very, very important, is a diet, is a nutrition. I mean, this topic needs 10 sessions separately, so we don't go into detailing, but let me give you the brief regarding the diet, healthy diet, the nutrition. And I know that this tip will be surely helpful to you. I mean, when we are searching on a Google, the healthy diet, how to reduce weight, what is the diet for the diabetes, what is the diet for the hypertension, and what is the diet to elevate the mood, and blah, 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 blah. Lots of information are available. And I think sometimes, being a doctor, I feel that my patients are smarter. They just study everything on the Google, and then they come to us, and then they have so many ways to just find out the healthy diet for themselves. So here, very basic and simple tip is, if you don't have any major diseases, I mean, we can differentiate now minor complaint, minor suffering, to the most complicated and advanced diseases. This is the difference. If you don't suffer from any major, incurable, or complicated diseases till that time, you just try to focus on the traditional food in whichever state you are. Being a Gujarati, if you are stay in Gujarat, just try to focus on the traditional Gujarati meal, because you are born and brought up in that state. So that traditional meal is the healthiest meal. I mean, so many questions and myths in the diet and nutrition field, that which oil is helpful to us, which grain is helpful to us, how much quantity of the carbohydrate, protein, fat, I mean, one required. So this is a completely a medical subject when we need to design a balanced diet for one particular person. And that is a complete subject of the clinical nutrition. But in general, when we talk about the diet, just follow your routine traditional diet. Just trust that traditional diet. Just trust to the seasonal fruits and vegetables and everything, the six nutrients, as we all are aware, the carbohydrate, fat, protein, the mineral, vitamin, water, and fiber. These six nutrients are very, very important for us. But the one thing, we all are so focused. I mean, we all are so aware regarding the healthy diet, but sometimes we forget the importance of the hydration. And most of us are doing this mistake because we are so busy in our work that we forget to hydrate ourselves. And that is a major problem. We are suffering from the diseases. So just try to maintain your hydration level up to, right? You need to hydrate yourself. And one last tip regarding that nutrition and hydration is, you need to follow the balance, right? This is the balance. If you go with the overnutrition of any nutrient, or if you go lower or lacking of the any nutrient, that will be hazardous for you. So you need balance of each and everything. Even the simple water, if you are consuming in a over quantity, that overhydration become harmful to your kidney, because kidney is overloaded with the hydration. It has to work more than its efficiency. If you are lacking in some of the nutrient, if you are lacking in the proper hydration, then also it is harmful or hazardous to your body. So remember one thing, everything should be, and that we should know according to our physical activity, according to our clinical picture. And if you can't take a decision on that, that how much nutrient I should take, how much hydration I should take, you need to consult your doctor, you need to consult your clinical nutritionist, you need to consult your dietitian. That is the simple way. But anything excess or anything lacking, both are the harmful to you, and that's why you need to maintain a balanced hydration, balanced diet. And that is the quick tip for the diet and nutrition. Otherwise, I run a 10 weeks course where I teach everything regarding from the basic carbohydrate to the disease diet. So that is a whole new lessons and the chapters. Now let's move to the second way to maintain the physical health, and that is the exercise. सी एक्सरसाइज की जब भी बात करते हैं, maximum excuses we have in this aspect that exercise is very difficult for us. I mean, we don't have time. Matlab, my patient has this commonest excuses that we don't have time. I can't go for a walk early morning, even though early morning exercise is very useful to me. I can't walk for a 40 minutes. I can maintain exercise schedule 5 days in a week, 6 days in a week. And I mean, some of the patient or people who join the gym, they can't constantly follow that routine for months or year. Most of them can follow, but those who cannot follow, the simple advice to you, if you are not doing any exercise till now and you want to start, or you want to just include the exercise in your daily routine, just start with this simple walk, right? Just buy a proper footwear, buy a proper shoes, because most of the time I observe that people who start walking or jogging, because they don't wear the proper footwear, they just start to develop the pain in their joints, and then they complain. Walking makes me aggravated with my pain, with my joints pain, with my backache. But then there is a no problem or no lacking in the exercise, there is a problem in the footwear. So these are the minor things we should take care for ourselves and for others. So you need to just buy proper footwear, then you just need to try the exercise schedule by including the simple walking and then jogging. Then if you can run, you can run. Then if you can go to the gym and do the various exercise suggested by the trainer, you can. So that is how you should include the exercise as your daily routine. I mean, most of us who are doing a job, we have to reach to the early timings. We have early timings to reach to the job. So we can't, I mean, manage the early morning walk. Then whenever you get the time, I mean, I know that the early morning exercise are good for us, but if you can't follow that routine, that doesn't mean that you should stop the exercise. That means that find out the another time and then begin with the exercise. I mean, I know that the 45 minutes exercise are very necessary for us, but then if you can't just give 45 minutes for exercise, then just begin with the 15 minutes. Give your body a time to cope up with that 15 minutes of exercise, then gradually increase the timings, the 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, and then more if you can do that. But if you can't just fix yourself into certain definition, that doesn't mean that you should not do that. That is the matter, that you should include even by the small start, and then you can just reach to the proper definition of the aspect of the health. So exercise is very, very important. Again, the exercise is such a larger aspect. I mean, it requires so much of detailing, because one should do the exercise according to the age, according to the physical activity, according to the clinical condition of our health. So many factors are responsible to just form or design your exercise schedule, right? So, but I mean, what I believe is you have to spare some time for the exercise. Otherwise, just trust me that obesity can lead to the most of the diseases. So we all know that. So we should not, I mean, we don't want that, the more weight or obesity in our life by way, because we love the junk food. We love the food which is not good for our health or good for our body, and we love that food, right? So junk food, obviously, there is a lots of content that we should not take the junk food, and that is so acceptable, but it is a thing of determination, of a strong willpower. And if you can achieve that, you can certainly live the healthy life. So once in a while junk food, once in a while to go outside and have a food dinner or lunch with your family and friends is acceptable. But if, I mean, the people who do the job, the funny thing, let me share with you. My patients always tell me that, yes, I have a very healthy lunch prepared by my wife, or it is a home cooked food I have in lunch, in dinner. So I'm on a healthy diet. But then I ask that you are taking a healthy lunch and healthy dinner, then what about the other meals in between? Then they tell me that, yeah, I'm doing a job. So sometimes, many a times in office, we just used to bring nashta, snacks from outside. And if everyone is taking, then I have to take. So that is how we just deranged our health, because you are taking a two-time healthy meal and then you just spoil everything by outside nashta. So that doesn't mean that you should not take, but first step is you should just reduce the frequency of the outside food, right? Completely stoppage of anything, I don't advise, because that is not practically acceptable by the people or even by the self. But at least you can reduce the quantity, reduce the frequency, and that is how you can slowly, gradually, and consistently, you can just shift your life to the healthier way. And that is how you have to modify your life, not one night modification and then come back to the original unhealthy lifestyle. So that is how you can modify. The third most important thing to maintain the physical health is a sound sleep. And then I believe that most of the people don't have the sound sleep. Sound sleep doesn't mean that you just lie down on your bed for 8 to 9 hours and then derangement of the timings, the late nights, and then late waking up time, and all this will disturb your biological clock. And even though if you are on a healthy diet, even though you are doing a regular exercise, but if you are not taking a sound sleep, then sabke upar paani. So sound sleep is equally important. When you are not on the sound sleep, when you are having a very disturbed sleep, when you don't have a regular sleep cycle, the derangement of health is there. So one small explanation regarding the sleep is, in our body, there is a cortisol, and that is the hormone, which is very, very important for us, very, very important for our all the vital organs to just work properly. I mean, we all know that what are the vital organs? The lungs, kidney, brain, heart. These are the vital organs, right? So cortisol helps each and every vital organs to maintain our biological clock well. But when we don't have a sound sleep, the cortisol amount increase. And then the same cortisol will disturb everything, the function of the vital organs, the biological clock, the sleep cycle. And then that same hormone will be dangerous for us. So when you don't get sound proper sleep, the stress hormone will increase. So that is why the people keep saying, the doctor keeps saying, the healthcare expert keeps saying that you should maintain a sound sleep. And that is how the sleep is important for you. We are not talking about those people who have a more amount of sleep than required. That should be punishable from my side. But otherwise, 6 to 8 hours sound sleep are very, very important for us. And that is how you can maintain your physical health. The spiritual health, in short, if I explained, for me, the spiritual health where I can connect with myself. So previously, as I have mentioned, that it is very difficult for me to just sit in a meditative pose and just try to keep myself silent, free of all the thoughts and detachment of external world. So for me, the spiritual health to get the real happiness is that the things, to just involve myself into the things which can keeps me happy. So I just, whenever, I mean, let me share a few real things what I do to just maintain, keep myself happy. So I just set a very small goals before, I mean, I just achieve big goal. So once I achieve that goal, once I achieve that dream, even though it is a very small, to just pass one interview, to just get a job at certain hospital, or just give interview to certain channel, whatever, it is a smaller one. Once I complete it very satisfactory, I just go for a coffee, and I'm having a cup of coffee and just tell myself that you have done so good, so beautifully, everything, whatever is given the task to you. So that is how I just keep myself, I just keep appreciating myself that you have done right and you have done good, you have achieved this. Now you can set a higher goal. So that is what I do to just make myself happy. I just go for a walk alone whenever I get a time, or that is how I just try to introspection myself. I just try to talk to myself, and that is the time. I mean, whenever I go for a walk, that is the perfect time. I just do the introspection. I just try to find out that why I'm not happy, what happened today. Let me just revised, or let me just rewind anything and just try to find out that positive factor which is troubling me. Then whenever I am happy, I just try to find out, yes, these things will keep me happy, so I should do these things repeatedly or frequently. So this self analysis is very, very happy. I mean, that is how you will be very clear from within. That is how you are very clear what you want from your life, and what are the things which make you unhappy. So I believe that everyone should spend or spare time with self. uh, when there is, at that time, I don't prefer my partner, my kids, even my parents around me, because that is completely a me time and I need that. I mean, that is not the selfishness, because that me time keep me happy, and that is how I can be helpful to everyone around me to just find their solution of that stress or of their problem. And that's why I believe that I can do all those things which are morally correct, which are not harmful to others. And that is how I just follow what I want to do, what I just love to do. And I think everyone should do that. And that doesn't mean that I don't feel stress, I don't feel sad, I don't feel low mood. I feel every day that those all the negative emotions too, because we all are human. But I'm aware, I accept that I am in stress, that this thing, because of this conflict, I become sad. I accept, I am aware, and that awareness will help you a lot. So, I mean, for me, it is very, very important. That is what the spiritual health for me. Of course, we all believe in God and everything. That is the beautiful ways by which you can just maintain your spiritual health. For me, it is the way, right? And the last is a social health. When you are mentally, physically happy, you can interact with the society, with lots many people, with the positivity, with the happiness at any moment of time. I mean, you are always in a happy mood in the sense you are always in a balanced mood. And that's why you are socially healthy. That's why you are socially connected to lots of people, to the larger audience in a better way. If we have two friends and one friend is always happy, when we are sad, we just think that let me sit with you, let me talk to him, and I feel good. And on contrary, the other friend who is always sad, who is always meet us with the lots of complaint, we feel that नहीं नहीं अभी उससे नहीं मिलना, अपने भी problem है, उसको तो problem होते ही है, let's don't meet him or her. So, see, this is the real example. We always love to meet, we always love to talk with those people who are actually happy and positive. We feel good to just sit with them, we feel good to just talk to them. And that is the real calculation. If you are happy, you can make others happy. You can just make others calm. You can just help others to just find out the solution of their stress. And for that, you have to be happy from within. So happiness is also mean that you need to learn to balance your negative emotions. When we are very angry, frustrated, we speak so negatively even without thinking. So person who is happy, he or she knows that how to just balance my negative emotions. So that is called the mental. And these are the four aspects of the health. Now let's connect this health. I think I have more 2 to 3 minutes and then I will stop. So how we connect this health to the holistic approach? So let me just give you the brief. We have three major pathies running around: the allopathy, homeopathy, and Ayurvedic. I have a utmost respect to all the mode of treatment. But sometimes we feel that the particular doctor just diagnosed the disease. Simple example, the ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis means you have the ulcers in your intestine, right? So that disease is called as ulcerative colitis. When two persons suffering from ulcerative colitis, in some mode of treatment, they prescribe the same medicines because for them the diagnosis is important. That person is suffering from tuberculosis, that person is suffering from the ulcerative colitis, then this is the course of or the mode of treatment. And they prescribe the same medicine to both of them. Now, in some of the pathy, I cannot take the name of the pathy because that is against my profession. So I'm just randomly giving you the brief and showing you the importance of the holistic. In some of the pathy, they believe that let me find out the cause. Even though these both people are suffering from the ulcerative colitis, the one person maybe suffer because of the irregularity of the diet, because of the very spicy, oily, fried diet, and that can lead to the ulcers in his or her intestine. While in other person, even though that second person is taking a very bland, mild, balanced diet, but that person is continuously in the stress. And in that person, the stress can lead to the ulcerative colitis. And that is one of the reason behind the ulcerative colitis, the stress factor, the hidden pain, the hidden stress. So what I believe is to find out the reason behind that suffering and treat that reason, then automatically that disease will be cured. And the better word is not the cure, not the treatment, it is a healing. Healing means it is for a longer period of time. Healing means when there is a no reoccurrence. Healing means the person not only treated with that particular disease or particular diagnosis. Healing means there is everything in an improving mode. That person is now getting a better sleep. That person is now getting a better immunity along with the treatment and the decreasing of that particular chief complaint. For that he comes to us or she comes to us. And that is how we should know that person from each and every aspect. We should know his or her mental health. We should know his or her exercise schedule, her sleep schedule, her dietary schedule. We should know the genetic history, because most of the diseases we see that the person is on the right mode to maintain the health, but the genetic history is so strong. Now, what to do in this case when the person is following the correct lifestyle? What to modify? Because then hereditary factor is so strong, and that's why we need to just find out the causative factor, and that's why we need to know that particular person from the each and every aspect, and then we can correct that where is the mistake, where is the loophole, where is the lacking of something which I need to correct, being a doctor, being a healthcare. And that is how I can give the treatment, the cure, and the healing to that particular person. And that's why, I mean, why you should know this if you are not suffering from anything, if you are not related to medical field. But then also, if you feel that I'm constantly getting this headache, I'm constantly getting this acidity, then just try to find out why I'm getting this. What are the aggravating factors? What are the things which can make me happy? Just try to heal yourself as much as you can, where you are not dealing with any major complaint. Of course, when you have a major complaint, major disease, you should consult the doctor. But at least on a basic ground, just try to maintain your health in a holistic way. The four aspect of the health which we have covered. And that is how you can just do obligation to yourself. And that is how you can helpful to the people around you, into the world. So I mean, this is a very vast topic which can include multiple aspects, but whatever comes in my mind right now, I have shared with you. So I'm so thankful that you have given me the platform to share.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vachini. Thank you once again to all the participants for joining today's session. We have received numerous inquiries about the e-certificate offered by HRAI. To claim your certificate, please share your details, name and session attended via email to the provided email address in the chat window. Kindly ensure this is completed by the end of this month. We will email the e-certificates to you based on the details received. So request the participants to please post your questions in case you have any. Dr. Vachini, we have some questions that we have received from the registrations. I'd just like to call that
So
out.
you just let me know the questions, huh? You
Yeah,
just read
yeah.
me for that.
Sure, sure. So I'll just say the question. The question is, how can individuals incorporate holistic health principle into their everyday lives, especially regarding nutrition, exercise, and stress management?
Yeah, so that is very beautiful question. I mean, I believe that we should learn all these practical approaches to keep ourselves healthy. If we need to just accommodate the first aspect, and that is the exercise, I already told that you just try to include the exercise in your daily routine. Just try to gradually increase the time, the various mode of exercise according to your age, according to your clinical condition, but do exercise at least 5 days a week, and from 20 minutes you can stretch to the 50 minutes, and that is how you can do the exercise on a regular basis to improve your physical health. Then the second is a diet and nutrition. What I already advise is you just try to include the home cooked food majorly in your daily diet. Just try to reduce the outside food. I'm not telling just to stop that, but reduce gradually, quantity wise and the frequency wise, and that is how you can help your body. Just try to focus on the healthy snacks along with the healthy lunch and dinner. Just try to consume the seasonal fruits and vegetables and keep yourself hydrated. And the third is the stress management, which I already explained, that just try to find out the stress factor, work on that. Just try to find out the ways which can keep you happy and also to follow. And that is how you can just try to learn, just try to cope up the stress because you can't avoid it.
Thank you, Dr. Vachini. There's one more question that is explore the role of spirituality in holistic health. How does it contribute to overall well-being, and what practices can individual adopt to enhance their spiritual balance?
So it is a just like a question paper question. Huh? It is a well formatted question for me. I mean, in exam, what we can ask. So spiritual health in a simple way, as I explained, that you just try to keep yourself balanced. You just try to control and balance your negative emotions, and then just try to be detached from the external world for a while, and that is the spiritual health. Once you learn that how to balance all this, then you feel more energized, to do more productive work, to just cope up the stress of your life, and you get the clarity of your life, that what I want, what I don't want, and what bothers me and what keeps me. So for this all the four clarity, you need to learn that how to practice a spiritual.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vachini, for answering all our questions so beautifully. We wish to express our profound gratitude for this insightful discussion that we had.
Yeah.
Your contribution have truly added depth and value to this discussion, and we are grateful for the knowledge and perspective shared. We are confident that our participants have garnered valuable insights and significant takeaways from our session today. Thanks again for the stimulating and enlightening discussion. As we approach the conclusion of today's session, it's imperative to express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed event partners, Asia, NASCOM COE, LinkedIn Local, Talgro, TLE, and WICCI. Their unwavering support has been instrumental in making these HRA events possible. For further information about these associations, we encourage you to explore the provided link in the chat window. Thank you once again, dear speaker and our participants, for joining us today. Do join us for our next masterclass tomorrow on the topic High Impact Trust Workshop by Tarun Agarwala, founder of Empernetics. As we conclude today's webinar, we appreciate your participation. Stay safe, take care, and we eagerly anticipate our next interaction. Goodbye for now and see you soon. Thank you,
Thank you
Dr.
so much.
Prashant.
Thanks a lot for inviting me.